Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Themis D'Amore, and I'm here with your morning metamorphosis message for whenever this reading finds you, it was meant for you. Morning metamorphosis messages are all about transformational energy. I tell you the potential energy that may show up for you today and give you practical steps that you can use to transmute, embrace, or surrender to this energy for your highest good. This is strictly potential energy. Don't hold on to energy that does not belong to you. So if this energy does show up for you today, you'll have the tools necessary to navigate whenever this energy shows up for you. And if it doesn't and you need it for a later date, you'll still have this information on hand. I've already shuffled the cards off screen. This is going to be our core deck. This will be our clarifying deck. I will cut the cards, lay them out, and give the messages to you the way that spirit sees fit, my butterflies. Hope everybody had a great start to their morning. The first card we have is the Five of Wands. Clarifying that, we have triggered. The overall energy underneath the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So, my butterflies, five seems to be pretty relevant here. We know that fives are about change. Fives can be about conflict, as stated as you can see in the Five of Wands. So, let's start off with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about struggles. It could be about disagreements or competition. This is a card of conflict or energies that are clashing. We have the clarifying card of emotional reactions, which is triggered. We have old wounds resurfacing. This is a card about someone's level of sensitivity being affected. And with that overall energy of the Five of Swords, this is about ego battles. This is about pride, with the swords being air energy. This is all about the mental, all about how you feel logically, how you think logically. This card is also about winning at all costs. But looking at the figure in this card back here in the back, the victory doesn't feel so sweet. It doesn't feel so good to have put those swords in her back. So this is a victory that is hollow, my butterflies. So I'm feeling like spirit is shining a light for us, my butterflies, on the ways that our conflict that we may be experiencing, and ways that our ego can pull us off balance. With that Five of Wands and that trigger card together, this is showing us that something around us is clashing, whether it's within ourselves or with others. But something about it seems to be stirring up some old wounds with this triggered energy. But these moments aren't just about what's happening now, my collective. This moment is about how often we reopen those doors to our past hurt. This is about making the reaction feel bigger than the situation. We do that sometimes. Sometimes we overreact to a situation that's really not that big. And the reason why we're overreacting to it is because we haven't healed from it. And with this Five of Swords and that overall energy that we have to go back to, this energy is reminding us that when we let our pride get in the way, or we need to win at all costs, we need to be super competitive, that win ends up taking over. And then you know what happens? The desire to win, that's what ends up taking over. You know what happens? Nobody really wins in the end. So Spirit is asking us, whatever the fight is, whatever the conflict is, whether it's mental or physical, is that fight really worth your peace? So this transformational energy, this morning metamorphosis energy today is about catching those triggers before it takes hold. So we notice when we've searched ourselves, that's mean being aware of who we are and what things affect us is very, very important. So we can be aware of what things strike up emotional reactions in us. And we can learn how to catch them before they get out of control. So instead of reacting, we need to pause and breathe. And instead of letting ego lead, we need to return to our higher self. Not every battle that we encounter, my butterflies, is worth our energy. It's better. It's the path of least resistance when we choose peace over proving a point. Because that's where our real growth is. That is strength to truly live by. So, no matter what fights, what competition, what type of strife you may be dealing with, struggles, disappointments, Spirit wants you to know that those old wounds need healing. They don't need your ego. They don't need you pushing to win at all costs. They don't need you betraying and stabbing yourself in the heart or anyone else, my butterflies. I want to leave us all with an affirmation, something to anchor ourselves with, something to bring us back to our center, something to remind ourselves when doubt creeps in, when we are triggered, when we're facing past hurts. I want us to have something, a message that we can softly say to ourselves to bring ourselves back to this present moment. And this message is, I pause, I breathe, I rise above conflict. My peace is my power, and no trigger can take it away from me. That breath work is important. Taking the time to breathe, bring yourself back to the center. Think of a joyful thought. These actions all help to avoid you overreacting. All these actions also help you to center yourself in order to create the boundaries that you need. Because I also want you to remember, like I said in my post yesterday, it can't always be light, can't always be dark. It's about being excessive in either which way you lean. So don't be excessive. If you need to set boundaries, do that breath work and set those boundaries. If something just keeps happening over and over and over again, and your ego steps in, you're triggered, do that breath work, calm yourself down, and let it go. If you all have appreciated these messages I have left with you all for today, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Turn on the notification bell to receive these morning metamorphosis messages each morning. As I always say, it's an honor because my healing is your healing and your healing is mine. So let's transform together. Welcome to your metamorphosis, butterflies. And until next time, you all have a blessed, love, and safe rest of your day.